It is, what is it, March 12th, 2021. Great day. A lot of rain in where I'm at. And I'm Dylan, and we have with us.
What's up? It's Isaiah.
Quinn.
Nick.
And then today we were thinking about talking about dreams. And, like, I guess, like, you could talk about, like, DMT in a way, too. But I thought we'll start with dreams, and we'll see where that goes. So, Quinn, what is a dream to you? What do you think is going on with a dream?
It's hard to say. There's a lot of directions to go. I think one thing to keep in mind that I think of is you only experience the physical world. You only know it through 5 sensories. That's all it is. Beyond taste and sight and so on, there's not much more that it can be to you, except that it's also subjective. Personal sensation, memories tied to it, all that stuff, which is kind of like a whole little realm of its own. It's right there. It's not in a physical form, but it's just as present. And a lot of the time, it can be like the dominant sensation, especially when you're in a very emotional mood. Memory might spark like a remnant of a parent who passed, an object of theirs. Whatever object it is pretty arbitrary. It's all about the substance within it. So I think dreams are closely knit to that. And in that way, just another sensory added to the reality we're used to considering real.
Yeah. And that's what you think. I'm gonna be honest, bro. You went over my smooth brain.
It was a ramble, dude.
So then, like, fuck. Okay, so what do you think, like life? Like, do you feel like life and a dreamer, like, can be the same in a way?
Well, I mean, trying to answer that question, I catch myself kind of just looking into the distance and rolling visuals through my head. That's a product of coming from the same dimension as the dream. So right there, it's just as essential to my life as this microphone is for me to piece together and deliver you a message. And I imagine for you to decode the words, you have to, everyone has their different ways. Some people are more prone, like they have higher visuals than others. But you have to do something more or less the same, because it's just sounds, just vibration and so on.
Yeah.
And the dream is helping you make sense of the reality that I'm passing forward. So they're closely entangled.
Could fuck with that. So then it's like, it wouldn't really have a meaning if you didn't really put a meaning into it, then, or to say.
Yeah.
Zay, what do you think about dreams?
I'm not sure what the whole point of it is, honestly. Like, the way I said it was similar to yawning. It's like we do these things, but we don't know what the exact point of them are. Because when you think about it, those like some people theorize that the dream could possibly be the body speaking to itself, and there's people talking about transcending the astral planes and leaving your body and just real spiritual stuff. And there's like a lot of different directions you can go with it. But honestly, I don't know. Like I get down to the point of everything just sticking down that it's just a product of just the way everything is. Everything is just maybe by accident that we're able to see all this. Because honestly, you think about people that lucid dream. Obviously, it's not the body talking to itself. It's like you could, from what people say, speculatively, that they could control their dreams or whatever they want, that they have free will.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not sure on really what it is. I mean, I like it. It's cool. I like having dreams. I mean, not nightmares, like necessarily, but and it's cool to have a dream about everything. It's nice to chill. Fucking think that you're in a $1 million car, you're on an island or somewhere.
Somewhere just completely crazy that you're just like in your reality. You're like, this isn't happening tomorrow, but it can happen in the dream.
Unless if you think about it, it might be like cognitively a sedative to like distract the body from just what's going on during sleep. Maybe it's like trying to calm you down from maybe the feeling of being compared to death.
Oh shit.
Maybe that's what I think it is. Maybe yeah, just your body trying to calm you down so it doesn't think that you're fucking dying while you're sleeping.
Yeah. Holy fuck, I didn't think about that way either. Nick,
Hmm.
what do you think about dreams?
Purely subjective.
What do you mean by
Like, say Zay's dreaming about owning the most expensive car known to man.
yeah.
The typical dreams that I have, like him and I, are completely different. The typical dreams I have would be considered nightmares to most people because what I dream about is stuff that's typically nightmarish to people, like being in a torture chamber of some sorts in hell. I love those types of
Fetish.
dreams.
You fetish. Fuck.
I wouldn't say it's a fetish. I just love those types of dreams because it makes me feel alive when I wake up. Like, holy shit. I love that experience about it.
Hmm. That's an interesting way to put, like, have a dream. So it's like you go through all this shit, then you wake up, then you're like, oh fuck, all right, we're Gucci, we're good.
I feel like it's played a part in my life in such a way that most things, like, will take earthquake hours, for instance. Most of that doesn't bother me anymore. Most of that type of shit won't bother me at all. In fact, I get hungry watching those videos.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking. They're pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty funny. Uh, and then guys, you don't know what the earthquake hours. It's just something that like me, Nick, and Chief, and sometimes Lexi will just watch some pretty brutal videos, man. Some pretty brutal videos. A lot of fighting. A whole lot of fighting.
Like you said, though, it is subjective depending on like where people live, what they're influenced by, what they watch, what they listen to.
Yeah. Like my dream last night was about me in the Mesa, which was pretty funny. But then there was a Sphinx, and that just threw me for a fucking loop. Not gonna lie.
A what?
A Sphinx, like Egypt. Oh yeah, bro, it was a hell of a
Uh,
dream. So there was that.
can I go into some heady stuff?
Yeah.
So, Sphinx is one that pops to mind. In Jungian psychology, he was convinced, Freud was convinced that dreams were always sexual connotation. You had a
Yeah.
pencil, oh, pencil rocket, it's all phallus related, and so on. There's nothing else to it. Jung expanded on it to being something more like the personality trying to accumulate itself, something like that. And so one thing he found as patterns in his patients and in his study of cultural stuff. Anthropology is what he was at first. So he knew a lot of mythology, but something like a pattern of four, for this, for that. So he called it the quaternity. And one thing he would discuss was the four evangelists, which was a vision of, I don't know who, someone who I believe was initiated into sainthood. But the four evangelists is very prominent in the Christian religion. I don't know much about them, though. Although I do know that sphinxes are said to be a symbolic equivalent. It's the combination of man, uh, bird, lion. I think there's an ox or something like that. And so it's just your sphinx seems to correlate with that.
Yeah. And I'm sure, like, if you kind of like decoded like a dream for every bit and bit part, it'd probably be like, this is kind of like what the conscience is saying. Or it
That's
could
a
just,
theory,
or it could just be random bullshit, you know? It could just be whatever. Like,
right?
But you ever wonder how blind people dream?
dude,
It's just noises.
That's interesting.
is it just noises? Or could they actually visualize something? But what if they visualize something that's completely different?
I'm not sure. Like, I imagine, when you close your eyes and you kind of see space, you see colors like the bluish, blackish, greenish, reddish colors. Like, maybe things like that. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I would
That
think
is
they would.
interesting.
I think they would almost dream just like us, but they would just see the world or whatever they think or whatever they're dreaming of. I feel like they would just see it differently. But I feel like they could just see, or maybe they can't see it.
Maybe I'm sure because like they still get a sense and feel of how everything is. They still have a sense of direction, of distance.
Yeah. But then what
Imagine
if?
it's just in black and white, or just everything's just traced out.
And I don't know, like, but like if you don't have the image of seeing it, how can you know? How can your brain put together that it looks like a certain way? Like a car, like I
That's
get
what I'm
I
thinking.
guess you could feel it around, but you, this is a fucking weed question's real.
And I was about to say, but like even when you close your eyes too, and just like try to navigate even inside of your own home, I mean, you still have a sense of direction and feel. Like you can imagine anything that's there.
Yeah. It's interesting. Dude, I don't know. I don't think they could. I really don't think they could see it. That's just my.
Be like a whole different reality for us, I imagine. Just having sight disappear.
Yeah. That's right. I don't know. That's what I think. Though. Maybe I could be totally wrong. Kind of wished I knew a blind homie. Straight up ask him, What is it? What do you see?
Oh, so now that Nick is here, you want to talk about Siberia?
Ugh. I don't know much about it. All I know is I could keep my Gatorade cold as fuck there
All year long.
all year long. Actually, I'm gonna go grab my Gatorade.
Or Siberia is literally frozen all year long except for maybe 2 months.
It's large, right?
Oh yeah, it's like 60% of Russia. And it's close to 58% if I'm not mistaken. But regardless though, it's still most of Russia.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it now. Wow.
That's the crazy thing about it though, is like it's most of Russia, but it's like only 22, around 22% populated. The rest is just like vast, unknown wilderness.
Drushkin Pedro. And then you find a fucking alien base up there.
I mean, it's possible. That's what I was gonna say too, because like even some parts of Siberia, they found these monoliths that, like the pyramids, they were cut. The stones were cut flat, perfect, pointed, and it's just crazy because these stones were like around 3,000, 4,000 tons, and maybe like 3 meters, as big as 3 meters tall.
Yeah.
It was somewhere in I think the Ural Mountains.
Some big fuckers. So yeah, there's probably some interesting stuff underneath. Well, it's
Oh yeah,
like
there's a lot of shit.
yeah, then there's what, a pyramid in the Antarctic. I thought that was fucking interesting.
I
Wait,
mean, you think that there's a common method for making like perfect blocks because you see it all over the world.
yeah. Okay, so that's got me thinking. I don't mean to change the subject, but so that whole that monolith in Utah. You guys seen that thing?
That silver post looking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them all over the world. I'm not sure if it's like a case of some copycat artists or if it's all related, a correlation.
Or somebody's just trying to do like a trend kind of thing.
I think it's an art thing.
But get that, what if people did that back in the day too?
It's true.
Like I said, they just put shit in the ground to see if this fucks with people later on.
Some fucking clean ass metal though.
Like you said about the stones, I guess that always does turn out to be the mind-blowing part of some old thing. Have you seen the ones also in the Amazon that are pretty newly uncovered?
No.
They're finding some temples and pyramid structures there too that are very old. It was all just overgrown by jungle soil.
Yeah.
Imagine if it's something just so simple as even just washing the stone and just maybe scrubbing out another stone.
They are selling that one of those things for $45,000.
What?
One of those metal monoliths.
It's ridiculous.
Bro, new business idea, guys. Let's just fucking build a pyramid out of metal and we'll just put them around the world and then we'll just sell them.
But see, those monoliths aren't like, they're not a feat of mankind. They're kind of like, you could honestly tell they're like projects that take minimal effort because, yeah, it's not even anything to say about it's common sense. The fucking pyramids took um, several years to make compared to that monolith that probably took well, maybe a couple days of production.
Yeah.
And like I said too, there's probably copycat artists that are just trying to
God
get
damn.
attention off of that.
Why do people
Or if
like
you want to be a
building?
oh my bad, go ahead.
I was just wondering, why do people like to build pointy shit?
Alice.
The what?
Big old phallus, dude.
What is that?
Like he was saying, like the way everything you think when you're dreaming
Oh,
is like connected. Yeah. But then you could say that subjectively about everything too. It's like you could be dreaming about a basketball, and you could say dream about the earth and dream about eyeballs, and unless it just comes down to shapes too, just common shapes that the humans associated with. But these monoliths are just, I don't know. Maybe even if a bigger fucking conspiracy about it would be, maybe there's this one monolith where people are just making all these bullshit ones just to get the distraction off of it, and then they're just trying to like, yeah, just gonna be an idiot about it and trying to take the attention away from it, and then go get my fucking tinfoil hat.
yeah.
But nonetheless, though, even at that, saying that even if it is such a simple method, you think about how the fuck they're moving these big ass stones.
Yeah.
And just the precision. Even you can't even set a credit card to them. The world's full of shit like that, though. I mean, even over the years, like, imagine the civilization getting to a point like that and then just crumbling over and over again.
Yeah.
But even in that area, like I was saying, you're all in mountains. You just find these giant, yeah, just mega monoliths. Like, even though you're saying, like, it just fucking snows there consistently, it's just frozen most of the time. So, like, there's barely anybody that wants to go out there and just, like, research Siberia. It's just such a desolate place, but people don't want to deal with, like, the conditions with the weather. Just imagine the shit that's out there, though.
That we still haven't found.
Like the ocean, too, even.
Well, then there's like things on the floor, like floor of it. But it makes you think, like, what about deeper in the ocean? Deeper. The ocean always interests me. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay. Um, have you seen those? What is it? I don't know what to say. Statues, things on Mars.
Oh yeah.
Have you guys seen that shit?
Are you talking about, like, that keyhole shaped building and everything?
Uh, watch. Let me see.
Give me the rundown on that shit.
Huh?
Say, give me the rundown on that shit.
Watch. Let's see. This. How do I pop it up? Can I pop it up here? Like, it could just be fake, you know? Come on, give me the image. No, I don't want to pay for your shitty ads. Uh, Images. There we go. Save image. F. Like it could just be bullshit, but it would be interesting to check it out in a fucking telescope. And then like if it truly is there, you can't just say that like, oh, we went up there and built that shit. Do you guys see it in the chat?
Yeah. What do you think's more likely? Life on Mars or mammoths in Siberia?
Life on Mars.
I
Yeah, honestly.
I would have to go with you guys on that one.
No mammoth supporters here.
No, are you a mammoth? Do you believe in the mammoth?
Nah.
Uh
What if I said Bigfoot?
oh,
You have more
dude,
of a
all
chance.
right, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
with it, bro. I'm a fucking huge supporter of Bigfoot and Yetis. I could see a Yeti being in Siberia, but so don't you think like that? I don't know, dude. It's interesting to think that like
How big is that fucking face? Because look at that crater next to it.
it's pretty big, dude. So what if the whole reason of building pyramids and huge things like that is to just leave a symbol on the planet for later generations to try and leave a sign or anything to say that people were here, even though in the long run all good things have to come to an end. So what if that was kind of like the mindset with Mars, and like say there was a civilization there, blah blah blah, yada yada, and they built that just knowing to leave it there for the future.
Unless it's arrogance, that's what I'm thinking. Just to answer your question, like people would be like, even the rulers back in the day, like I want the biggest thing over here. I want the shiny shit. I
Yeah.
want, yeah. Even just to do shit like that, and even like a pyramid too. Like personally, I just think it's like the igloo. They're simple structures. Like they're strong. Even like a dome. A dome's the strongest structure we have, but it's simple. A pyramid, you're just stacking and sliding the blocks slightly over with each level. Even with the igloo too, like it's structurally sound. It's like the best of both of what I'm talking about. But even with the pyramid, though, like I'm saying, it's structurally simple. Like you could build a roof, you have walls, and it's strong. It's the weight supported by itself.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I feel like there's always something more to it.
See who shared this image right there in the chat.
Oh, that was me. I think that one's
All right.
bullshit.
You think so? Just look at the degradation or just even just the resolution of each pictures from the 1976. Because that's what we're looking at right now, is just the image of the face on Mars, supposedly. But now we posted one that has 3 images from 1976, 1998, and
Let's
2001
see.
showing what
It's
it really is.
2020. Anything? Let's do 2000. So it could have just been a spoof that somebody made it look like that.
But look at the scale of it, though. Like, that face is a mountain.
Yeah. But then it's just gone after that.
I'm sure it has weather conditions, too, just like the sands over
Yeah.
here.
But that's a short
Maybe.
amount of time, bro, for it to go like that to that.
I mean, look at the change in Dubai. Look how Dubai was just a couple years ago.
Yeah. But you're telling me if there was a civilization and that planet was thriving.
There's not a fucking civilization, bro.
Dude, bro. You don't think there was a civilization on Mars?
No, I can't be arrogant. I don't know. I really don't.
There's a chance, bro. There's a chance for anything, bro. If we were born on Earth, maybe a bug or a micro, whatever. My fucking brain can't work. Micro is on Jupiter or Mars. Yeah, my brain's not working today. So
Imagine
no takers.
terraforming a planet like that and then just messing it up.
That's what humans do, man. We got to.
I don't know. It always goes to that conversation though, like went to another planet. It's like I don't know what to do. Maybe nice, more space.
I think it'd be cool to go to another planet that you can actually like go on it and just experience it. Might be fucked up because you might go on another planet and it's just quiet. Nothing. Nothing.
And what about when the planet comes to you? Get all these asteroids and meteors.
Then you're big fucked, bro. Don't you find it crazy that we can just one day, boom, 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 get hit by one?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say too, because like recently they just made like supposedly some weapon or like some radar against the asteroids,
Hmm.
part of like some space defense program.
Well, I don't know. What if the fucking thing is as big as Earth, bro? Yeah. Or what if one day the sun's like, bada bing, bada boom, suckers?
The sun.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys know anything about like the solar flares it spits out now and then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Good, because I
recently just
don't.
dodged one.
Oh, good, because I don't.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, we recently just dodged one. We were supposed to have one in 2020.
Really?
I forgot what I was reading that. I don't know what it was about. It's part of a bigger thing.
What's the danger?
Solar flare?
Yeah.
Bro, fucking cancer. I don't know. I just remember hearing about them. Like, I think
Could
if
fry
one's
like electrical systems and things.
yeah, like if one's really powerful, I know it could fuck up the atmosphere. Like if it was like just fuck, can't work. Like say like a huge ass one, like huge as fuck, managed to hit us, it would almost probably be like kind of like Venus, or how those planets got fucked. Not Venus, but more like Mercury, probably.
Have you guys seen this?
You know what? But then, like, if you were to get hit by like a semi-affected solar flare, you'd probably just feel like, I don't know, probably like any kind of symptoms of like being sick. Probably, I would think. It's just how your body reacts to not being healthy. What is this?
Something's taking plasma from the sun.
Fuckers don't tell me, don't believe it.
Space.com, it says causes radio blackouts and other technological disruptions. And even this other article, I'm not sure where this is from, but it's saying that even if there's an opening within the atmosphere, the solar storm is a giant cloud of hot plasma, and electromagnetic radiation that the sun ejects when it opens in its coronal holes would eventually trigger a geomagnetic storm across the Earth.
Oh shit.
Within the Earth's magnetosphere, though. But nonetheless, though.
One of the largest solar flares was in 2001.
Wasn't that 2K? That 2K shit? What was it?
Y2K.
Yeah, Y2K.
Oh, I'm not too sure. I do love how that whole thing went down. Power's going out, everything's going down. Yeah, I think they were saying it because it was a solar flare.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm not old enough
Oh
to
no,
remember.
no, it wasn't. Everybody was afraid that the clocks won't work after 99.
Whoever started that theory or trend, your mom's a hoe.
Well, I think it's because there was actually a flaw within the um, coding that they made for the timing. Because that's supposed to happen, I think, within 2032 again.
Oh shit.
I'm not too sure. Unless that was just some bullshit that I read. And that's to double check on that.
Solar flares are pretty interesting. The sun's interesting, but then the longer it lives, the bigger it gets as well. So that motherfucker's only expanding.
I mean, eventually, like, it's not. Yeah, it's gonna eat everything.
Yeah, gluttonous motherfucker.
Actually, I'm just correcting myself. It's the year 2038. They call it the year 2038 problem.
Yeah, I just read that.
Doesn't like a sun have like a 8 billion year kind of like lifespan? But like, of course, it could be shorter or longer. But I think
Yeah.
that's like the base. The base. Fuck. I think that's like the base of how long it is. How old's Earth now? Now I'm curious.
I think our sun's about 14 billion and Earth is about 13 billion.
Earth is like 4.5, and the sun
Four and a
Oh, did
half
I just
billion.
throw I
You
added a
threw
10
us.
in there.
Yeah, bro.
1.6.
What is it? Billion years?
Yeah.
So,
That makes sense. 'Cause I've heard it's middle aged, so 8 billion.
well,
Eventually, it's just gonna become
we're
a
we're
dwarf
halfway
star.
there, boys. We're halfway there. That's pretty crazy to think. Think about that.
Just thinking fucking Bon Jovi, dog.
Halfway there though, because I know as the suns get older and stuff, they change the color. So like I think they start off like kind of like a bluish something, because like the
Yeah.
blue flames are hotter than a red flame or yellow flame. So it's like when it's burning, it's brightest, and what right now it's like yellow, probably yellow orange, and then
And white's the hottest.
well, yeah, so maybe it starts off as white, and then blue, and then yada yada yada. So then pretty
Yeah,
much,
it'll evolve into a compact white dwarf star, and then like its it'll eject its outer atmosphere, and that's what'll kill everything pretty much.
um, all I know
Because they
is
act like mushroom clouds. Those atomic bombs, they explode out, but then they implode. So the suns get big and swell up, but then it gets sucked in and all that stuff pulls in and it gets super dense and super hot. If it's a big enough sun, I think that is where black holes start. Because when everything flies back into itself, it's so much.
There's just gonna be a black hole. Big
I think it's
fat.
too small.
That's what you think. I'm just kidding. Look at the size of that, bro. Now I'm kind of curious.
And a black hole does take like a considerable amount of mass. Like even keeping one alive on Earth is very difficult because even swallowing the whole Earth won't be enough to keep it alive.
Because I
Yeah.
think there's kind of like stages. You said the white dwarf. I think that's like a really intense big sun.
Well,
Gets real small and hot.
I think the white dwarf happens when the sun dies. I think it either
Yeah.
becomes the white dwarf or black dwarf, and then I think if it becomes the black dwarf, then that's when it's gonna be a black hole. But then I think the white dwarf is just a big explosion, right? And then it's just done. Or no, I think it just burns out. Yeah, the white dwarf just burns out.
Yes, sir. And that's it.
So then, after an amount of time, all these suns will burn out. Don't you think it would like um what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like restart over again. Like what if space, solar system, what if it keeps doing this and keeps doing this? So say like boom, all the suns become black holes and white dwarfs and just everything in the solar system is dead. Everything's dark, it's dead, it's no more. Everything's either burned its light out or became a black hole and sucked up everything and did all this, but like but who knows, maybe that could just be the completely end of the whole existence of everything. Maybe eventually it will eventually die out, or
That's what they think too. Even with space growing too, everything's just gonna eventually die out too. Because like
yeah.
there's no rebirth of a star. Is there? If I'm not mistaken, I'm sure there isn't.
I don't think so.
No.
Because of, when you have a cup of warm coffee, you see that steam coming out because of the law of thermodynamics. So they say this is because of this, energy is always spreading equally. That's why our sun is burning its hydrogen and move on to other things, which is going to make it get hotter. But everything is just trying to find a balance in its energy. That includes getting lower in temperature and moving farther apart. So things are going to supposedly enter a state of entropy, where every particle is an equal distance from its partner, and nothing can happen. It's just like a totally stagnant universe.
That's the thing about space too, is there's so much unpredictable shit. And I'm not sure if this article is true or not, but it's saying that astronomers found 3 zombie stars that came back to life after going supernova.
Maybe. But then stars are formed of dust, so eventually they would re-come back. But so
They can come back.
but say this. It's just a wild thought. It's whatever the fuck. So say everything, as I was saying earlier, like dies off. Everything's black. It's quiet. The universe for once is quiet and silent. And then say like the black holes are still going on, they're doing their thing. What if like eventually like the black holes started to touch and form and turn into a bigger black hole? But then they probably wouldn't, because if they had nothing else to eat, they wouldn't have anything else to eat. So I don't know how to get to where I'm trying to get this conversation,
I was about to fucking say.
but we're gonna just skip a step, but say there's the Big Bang again, and what if it just keeps redoing that? Like it's only it's a idea. It's not actual, but
It's a theory.
but what if like um it just redoes it all over again? And then here's another theory that I've kind of had. Um, so you know how there's stars, so many stars, millions and millions of stars, and you know how we're formed out of stardust. Have you guys ever
Mhm.
heard of that?
Yeah.
So what if this is gonna sound far fetched and crazy as fuck? What if we're all a star? We're just living a human experience right now. Kind of goes back to the dreams. So say like we're a star, but this is just a dream that we're having.
Is that what your mother told you?
No,
Before school?
Making up your own theories just so you can be called a star.
You're
no,
fucking
but we do
I'm
have
so bright. My mama called me son.
no, but for real, like we have stardust. Like
I see what you mean, though. Just the elements inside of a fucking asteroid and us.
yeah, like I I don't know. I had this like idea a while back because I was in the murky water with fucking LSD and just woo. But at that moment I felt so infinite, but then it just I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I could just like we could just be a simple person, blah blah blah, whatever. But it's a theory, it's an idea.
You're saying you had the sense that you're more.
Well, like anything, like my cat, my fucking the fucking fly I mugged earlier, like like they could be the star as well, living out this other experience, and so it's like kind of like the whole reincarnation thing, like rebirth, blah blah blah, da, 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 karma, da, da. So um, so like say you go back to being whatever the star, you probably it's probably not you're probably not going to go back to it, but like you'll probably go and live another experience. This is just my own idea of how I kind of think that like we are experiencing life.
I feel.
And then once your star, you know, dies, just dies, and is dead. But then in a way everything is like connected, and that's a whole nother topic that I'm not gonna get
I want what you're smoking.
Yeah, man.
into. 30 hits acid and 3 ounces of mushrooms. Probably more than that. Peyote. And just sitting there and just really thinking about like life as general. As in like there's more than just my credit card. There's more than just this conversation that we are having.
Well, it's always been interesting to me that the sun is so often associated with being a god.
Mm-hmm.
It's a parent. We came from him. It birthed us. The Taos Pueblo has the same notion. The sun is their father.
It's interesting shit, bro. I tell
More
you.
so too, it's the idea is that by being a worldly being, you're more like a vessel in which the sun itself can exist on Earth. So you are the star. It's pretty much what you're saying as I see it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's one way I kind of think about it. But who knows? We could just be fucking nothing. But I feel like deep down, this body is just a car, and our soul goes. Our soul keeps going. It keeps doing it. It keeps living. It keeps whatever the fuck it does with its soulness. But that's my idea on it. But then, what if we all just are all the stars and we're all yeah, I'm not even gonna get into that one.
Wouldn't we just be impurities of stardust if 93% of our bodies is made of stardust? Aren't we just the impurities of that stardust?
Our body, yes. I feel like, but I feel like our soul, our us, me, you, all of us individually, I feel like that's its own energy and on its own frequency. But I feel like that energy keeps going. Like the body will eventually give out and recycle itself. It does. And that's why I also feel like, kind of like in a way, stars recycle, the whole universe would recycle, and so on and so on.
Sound like an ad for recycling, dog. Go green.
I could make a great commercial, but I don't know. That's just my own opinion on it. That's why I don't really believe in the whole heaven or hell concept, but I do believe in good morals and bad morals. Like, obviously, you just don't be a shitty person, you know? Like, simple as that. Don't be a fucking asshole.
Mm. You need people like me. So you can point your fucking fingers and say he's the asshole.
Fuck. Yeah.
Just kidding.
I think
I like your
Quinn's.
ideas, though, man.
I was
Really
about to
like them.
say. I think you're pondering over there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having thoughts of, oh, I know this philosophy that relates and such, but kind of think that's besides the point. You know, it's your own personal idea. It's
Yeah.
just, it's cool.
I have thought about it for a while. Like the first time I astro projected, kind of made me rethink a lot of just who I am as me. And when I saw my body, that was when my whole fucking world got flipped upside down. And then after that day, like I wasn't really afraid to die. Like, I don't know, I feel like the soul will still go. But then at the same time, if you maybe don't have like a higher understanding or some kind of guidance, you might get lost. And maybe that's why ghosts are ghosts, but maybe it's just some dude fucking with you. Or maybe it's a different dimension and you're just, our dimensions are mixing up with another dimension.
See, that's what everybody looks to, though. Like, say, even just taking shrooms, or it could happen on alcohol, too. Even just having an epiphany, just the ego to death, just having a complete loss of subjective self identity. It's just the realization of just importance of everything in the world. Or even the opposite of that, the unimportance of everything in the world.
Yeah. Things are so important that they're not important. Don't think about that one too hard.
Oh, but there's a good portion of the world that doesn't go through that.
Mm-mm.
It's crazy though. You think about, nah, you can't even judge people like that, honestly.
What?
No, it's just fascinating. Just how different people are.
What kind?
All kinds, every single one, every single combination. Even OJ, bro. I don't support it, but yeah,
But you're saying you can't judge them.
pretty much.
Morality is a question that it's always confusing to me. I've had so many thoughts on it. More or less, though, I agree. The concept of judging it's just a disservice to yourself, if nothing else, if you don't have any other reason to be against it.
Yeah.
But it's like a too hard trying to do it too, because at the same time, you're trying to be a self-righteous asshole. Trying to think that you're better than everybody, or say if you do tell somebody that they think the same too. Or you're trying to be altruist to people, and you're trying to think for them and tell them, no, 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 this is
Yeah,
for
that's
me.
like the worst thing to do. But people do it all the time.
It's like a two-way coin personally for me, just thinking about like ignorance is bliss. It's like you like sitting there talking shit with your homies. It's like, I mean, it's fun. I mean, in reality, if you the more you think about it, it's kind of it's fucked up. But I mean, that's just what you do. It's fun. I mean, that's what it is. But
It is
it's,
what it is.
it's just with some things, like, that's just kind of how you have to go with it. I mean, even to people who just ponder on thoughts like that, that's kind of a you can't tell people that shit. You can't tell somebody who thinks about a lot of shit like that. You can't be like, it is what it is. You can't do whatever. They're always gonna fucking think about something like why this, or maybe it was because of this, or just some fucking reason because of it, or how to fucking negate the effects of it, or maybe the bad part of it. Well, even even saying like, oh, I don't judge people. It's like, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you can't. It depends on who it is. Honestly, that's just the case, man. Like, homie, I'm gonna talk shit about you, bro. If I see you in some fucking funky ass shoes, I'm like, bro, you're in some funky ass shoes, dog. Like, I can see, I can see the fungus hopping out of your fucking too, dog. Like, but if there's something I don't know, I could be like, hey, bro, you need a new pair of shoes, like, and then if you're cool with it, then you could like, I mean,
Yeah, are you
it's
judging the individual when you say that, though? Or are you just pointing out, it's not personal, right?
yeah, see, I get that too. Yeah, you're right.
Fucking asshole, bro. I mean, those some
So
fucking
yeah, see,
whack
even that
ass
too, like,
shoes.
I don't know. You could say that too, be like, "Oh, bro, you have some dirty ass clothes," but I'm not talking shit about you personally. Like that's real shit. That's like good.
Yeah.
That's just, yeah, that's just straight.
Yo, bro, you're ugly as fuck. Nothing on you, dog.
It's just your skin, dog.
Oh shit.
I mean, if I don't know, like even getting down to like even you could think about the human language like that too. Even the way people are getting more sensitive nowadays too. Like even me just saying that shit, like me speaking about people, you can't speak for people and all this. What you could get down to this. It's just a big old fucking rabbit hole, dude.
God. You're gonna get my brain hurting, bro.
It's like hard because that's always the thing people bring up. They're like, I only speak for myself and I only talk for myself. I don't try to talk for nobody. But then they fucking go on this big old rant about, I think people should be, bro. It's like, I don't know, it goes both ways. Everybody does it. It's like, it's common. So you just gotta be like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Agree to disagree.
This has been an interesting one today.
Yeah,
back
man.
and forth. We were supposed to be talking about Siberia, dog. And we went
Siberia.
up to fucking space and astral projection.
Well, what did we start with? Dreams. So I guess in a way it kind of came back. In a way.
You could go on for hours about space. You can have several episodes about space.
We have.
All right, yeah, we should probably next one. We should definitely be like, all right. It's just so fascinating, bro. Like, if we could just one day have some badass motherfucker or chick that knew about space to have them on here, dude, I'd be all ears, bro. 5 hours later, I'd be all ears. Because it's just, I don't know. It's just space makes you feel small. And it's like the humbling thing that space says.
If we were to ever have somebody on here that has knowledge about space, it'd have to be one person from like each category, like spiritual, scientific, so on.
That would be cool.
Engineer, specialist, analytic.
Yeah. You can't just have one person that knows a little bit of everything. You want one person that knows
No,
everything
yeah,
about
yeah,
the subject.
that's what I mean.
Word.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, somebody who fucks with space, like somebody who knows their shit.
Theoretical scientists. You gotta fuck
Yeah.
with fictional writers.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we should do. Try and like find people out there, get them like a guest.
No
Dude, I'm
flat
down.
earthers, please.
Hmm?
No flat earthers,
Oh, that would
please.
be the best one, dude. I would
Have you
love it.
seen debates with them?
Dude, bro, if you don't believe in flat earth, get the fuck out of here, dude.
I can't stand them people.
No, dude, I'm for real, bro. The earth is flat, man.
You can go kill yourself.
Bro, you're gonna tell me that there's not a border at the end of this earth.
Yes.
Oh, you got it all wrong there. Definitely.
If that's the case,
Dude,
then there's no
bro,
concept of space.
Bro. Space is under us. I can't, dude.
Fucking hate you.
I hate that theory. I can't even hate it, but it baffles me. Alright, guys. I guess this is the end of episode 6.
Do you wanted to call it?
Unless you guys want to keep going on. Low key, I want to go nerd out on some Kenshi, bro.
Word.
It's Friday, I feel that.
Yeah, and then I'll upload the one from Monday right now. And then I'll edit this one. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thank you for all being here for episode 6. And if it has that echoing vibe, I just thought about that now. I'm gonna be pretty sad.
You did.
And that is it. Have a
Catch
good
y'all
night.
next week.